everyone and welcome to another video from Colour with Claire. Today I'm reviewing a totally different medium than I'm used to, something that I've actually been a bit scared of and reluctant to use in the past, but I've since discovered how brilliant they are, and that is pastel pencils, namely the Faber Castell Pitt pastel pencils. Not only am I going to be reviewing and demonstrating these today, but I have a double giveaway at the end of this video where one of you will win the full set of 60 pencils and a runner-up will win this set of 24, so do stay tuned for that. So first of all, what are pastel pencils? Well, we all know of chalk pastels. They're used mostly on backgrounds in colouring books because they can cover a large area really quickly and they give a very soft and delicate finish. These pencils contain that same medium, but in this format you're able to use them in very small, intricate spaces, and you've got more control over exactly where you want the pigment to go, as well as keeping your hands clean, of course. And that's the reason I think I've been a bit so scared of them. It's because pastel pencils in general can be quite smudgy, dusty, leave a lot of debris which has the tendency to end up all over the place, and you just have to be quite careful using them basically. But having another go with these pencils specifically, I was so pleasantly surprised at how completely effortless it was, firstly to create blends, and then actually how little dust and debris they emitted, because I was expecting there to be powdery residue everywhere and that was not the case. So without further ado, let's have a look at the product itself. As we all know, Faber Castell is right up there at the top of the chain when you're looking at premium, professional, artist quality materials. So there's really no question that the production quality and the pigments used are going to be very high end. As you can see, they come in the typical Faber Castell style tin with the deep racing green border and some artwork created using these pencils to demonstrate what they can do. They come in sets of 12, 24, 36 and 60, and this full set is laid out in 2 trays containing sections of 10 pencils each. The top tray has these grooves for you to easily lift it out and access the pencils underneath, and you can sit this tray inside the lid, so it gives you access to the full range of pencils while you're colouring at your desk or on the sofa like me. The pencils themselves have a round barrel which have been kept natural and unlacquered, so you've got the beauty of this cedar wood casing, sustainably sourced as all Faber pencils are, of course. It has dipped ends to show you the colour of the lead, and the print on the barrel reads with the Faber Castell name and this 3-digit number at the end here to help you chart your colours. You also have the star rating to tell you how light fast they are, 3 stars being the highest, and 35 out of the 60 achieve that 3-star top rating. I was surprised by this level of light fastness because this is a medium I've always thought of as quite fickle and insubstantial with them being so delicate, but I'm very happy to have been proven wrong. The leads themselves have a 4.3mm thickness, which is a really sturdy size to prevent breakage and give that bit more durability that a fragile medium like pastel needs. Let's have a look at the colours now. So here we go, just charted them all out for you here. Again, I was really surprised by the intensity of the pigments in these pencils. I'm used to chalk pastels being very soft, very delicate, and you having to get loads and loads on your little cotton bud to create a vibrant colour. But these, with the slightest amount of pressure, you get really rich pigment on the page. So it'd be great for those who've got maybe fine motor problems or issues with their hands, because you don't need to press hard at all. Now, I love the colours in this 60 set, and I know that 60 doesn't sound like a lot when you've got sets of 150 plus coloured pencils out there, but I think Faber have made great choices with the colours they've included here. My absolute favourites being these 2 rows here, because they're such versatile colours. The ochres and the burnt carmines. You can create flesh tones, gold, sand, different earthy landscapes. If you're colouring food, you can use these honey yellows and umbers to get a realistic mottled look of a banana maybe, for example. And I also adore the cobalt aquas of the 155, 53 and 56. They're amongst my favourite colours in general. So I touched on it earlier how incredibly easy to blend these pencils are, and when I say easy, I mean literally anyone can blend these pencils with no other mediums required, no skill whatsoever. So even if you think smooth blends are above your remit as a colourist, you're going to be able to create the smoothest blends with pastel pencils. Let me show you. So I'm just going to move these out the way so I've got a flat surface to use. In fact, let me put the top tray back so I've got a bit more space. There we go. And again, I'll bring out my paper. So I'm going to take 4 colours, I think. Let's go with a red and an orange and a lighter orange and a yellow. Now, these colours obviously lend themselves to blend in straight away because they're next to each other on the colour wheel. But you'll see, again, not using any pressure whatsoever, how the pastel is so soft that you need use no special technique to get that merged and fluid look of one colour transitioning into another. So let's put some red down here. So I'm not using any pressure at all. I'm just touched the lead to the paper and I'm moving backwards and forwards. Now, you'll be able to see the little tiny bits of dust that have come off the pencil. And it is nothing like the expanse of residue that you get with standard pastels. So what I would recommend is do not use a brush, a dust brush for these, because it will smudge them. Just blow on them, just blow them away, simple as that. Now I'm going to go in with the next colour, which is the orange, and you can just see there's absolutely no special technique here whatsoever. And yet they've merged seamlessly into one another. Next colour. I'm keeping this very light pressured so that you can see exactly how little pressure you need to bring the pigment out, and it looks very, very vivid. So there we go. Very, very quick, very, very simple. So that was light pressure. Now if I just do some hard pressure red so that you can see next to each other the difference. There isn't really that much difference at all. So as I've said, hardly any pressure, loads and loads of colour. So if you do want to use colours that might not blend together as easily as these, you can use rubber tipped masking fluid brushes. And this is the technique that I saw on Claire Holloway's channel. So all the props to her, and the link for that video will be in the description. But for example, if you wanted to take a blue and a green, so let's just get those out. We'll go with this light aqua and a light green. So they're completely different colours. I'm going to pop some of this blue here. And then transition it into the green. Now even those two blend really, really nicely without doing anything else. But as I've said, you can get these rubber tipped masking fluid brushes and they come in all different shapes and sizes. They've got really, really tiny ones and big fat ones and different edges. They taper off. This one is sort of like an oval and this one's pointed. So you take one of these and let's use this one and just use them with a light kind of brush over, and make sure you've got a little bit of scrap paper at the side that you can just take the pigment off with. And that just helps to flatten out the colour and blend them a little bit nicer if you're transitioning from a colour that, you know, doesn't generally blend like a blue and a green. So there we go. Another thing you can try, if you don't mind the pigments going a bit lighter and a bit milkier, is the white pencil from the Pitt set. You can put that straight over your blend and it just makes it even smoother. But as I've said, it does sort of desaturate the pigment a little bit, so you end up with a bit of a more delicate, milky looking colour rather than bold and bright. So I am aware that I've got an overhead light here and I don't know whether the camera is kind of making these look shiny or not, so I'll just tilt it a little bit and you can see exactly how it looks to my eye. So yeah, super, super easy to blend, doesn't require any skill whatsoever. But I want to show you some blending in an actual colouring book so you can see it in situ and just how blooming quick you can get a flower coloured with these. So let me pop these back a second and then I will show you. I've got Johanna Basford's Magical Jungle here. Let's pop these. Actually, I'm going to use these two. So put that to one side. And here's my book. So as you can see, I've already done one petal here. And I'm going to take the 155, 153, those beautiful aquas that I mentioned earlier, and of course the green here, which is 170. So I'm going to carry on this flower, and you can see how quick we can do it and how precise these pencils are. So I'm starting dark to light, just giving it a little blow off every once in a while to get rid of any bits of debris. Really, really quick this is. And really effective as well. You can see from the petal that I've done, the blend is so seamless. You would think you've been working with loads of different shades and taking lots of time to get that kind of effect. There we go. So that is our bottom area of each petal done. And I'm going to take the next colour up, which is the 153. And again, without any special tricks, we're getting immediate blends out of these. Next colour, the 156. As with normal coloured pencils, you can use your lightest of your three. If you're doing a triple colour blend, you can use the lightest as a bit of a blender on what you've previously done, so you can go over it a little bit and it'll just help to blend. Okay, so when you're happy, final colour is the 170, the green. And again, I'm just going to go over that little bit of blue that we've put down, the very light blue. And I'm going to leave a white area on the tip of the petal, as I always do, just to give it that look of dimension. Okay, so there we are. That is your basic blend. Very, very, very quick, very easy, simple. Anyone can do it. And again, if you do want to use your little masking fluid rubber tipped things just to maybe flatten out any of the white that's still showing, or whatever you want, you could use it on the very edges of the green here just to make them a little bit softer, so it's not as much of a harsh area of white at the end of your petal. If you colour like me. There we are. Quick, simple and easy. How long do you think it would take you to finish off this whole page of flowers? I'm pretty sure you could get it done in under an hour. Very, very simple and really, really effective. So we've looked at the colours, we've seen them in action, we've established that anyone can blend with them. So now let's have a little bit of a Q&A for all the typical questions that you have when using pastels. Do they sharpen and hold a point? Yes, they do. You could do with a special sharpener, because I've found that normal sharpeners don't really play well with pastel pencils. So I have here the Derwent pastel sharpener, and I'm not sure why these work better than other sharpeners. Maybe the blade is sharper or something, but they are specially made for pastel pencils. I'm just going to quickly sharpen one here so that you can see how good of a point you can get out of it. A bit more. There we go. Beautiful point. And again, let's just do a little bit of a leaf here. And you know, I've got a bit of pressure on there, not a lot, but you can see that it's not breaking, it's not crumbling, you've just got that normal amount of debris and dust. that you can just blow away, and it does keep a point for a really long time. But Faber Castell are known for having strong leads that don't break easily. If you're in the UK and you saw the last episode of Inside the Factory on the BBC, you will have seen the presenter Greg Wallace stand on top of a building and drop a Faber pencil out of the window and then run down and pick it up off the ground, and the lead was still perfectly intact. So even though pastels are known to be crumbly and fragile, the formulation in these is stronger than any I've used so far, and you're able to keep that point for a notably long time. Now, I'm sure you're also worried about smudging, because that's a really big deal. You don't want dirty streaks or smears across your work of art. So here's a tip. Always work from the opposite corner to whichever hand you are. So if I'm right-handed, so I'll work this way, and avoid touching or brushing any of the work that you've already done. So I'd work from this way and kind of come down here. You can also get fixatives like this here, which you spray over your work and it sets the pastel into the paper, so you don't have to worry about smudging or transfer of pigment onto your facing page. Another question might be, what do you do if you do smudge your pastel or go out of the lines? The great news is they erase very, very well. So if you do find an area of pastel where you don't want it to be, just erase it, simple as that. And I'm going to show you quickly as well. So let's say that I've got this really dark purple here, and I'm colouring this leaf or petal, and it goes out of the edge. Just get your eraser, it doesn't have to be a battery operated one, any eraser. Gone. You'll always have a very slight bit left on there. There's never 100% of erasing possible, but it is very, very good at erasing. You've got pencils like Prismacolors that are really difficult to erase, so you've got to be really careful, but pastels, very, very easy to get rid of. Now we need to talk about the price. I was really, really amazed by the value of these pencils, and I know I say it a lot, but I really, really was. For something so vibrant and so easy to use, with the brand name that it's got and the production quality, I thought this set of 60 would be far more expensive than it is, which is just over £60. So that's around $75, I think. That makes the pencils about £1 each. And as you can see from my demo, you get a lot of vividity released from not a lot of pressure. So these are super economical. I think they'd last you ages and ages. I'll be leaving links in the description of where you can buy each of the set sizes if you just want to try your hand with a smaller selection for now, which I'd always recommend doing anyway. Finally, the giveaway. So Faber Castell and Cult Pens have very generously donated both a full 60 set and that smaller 24 set for giveaway on this channel, which I'm really grateful for. So it will be open worldwide as usual. The entry method will be the same as my Derwent Lightfast giveaway, which is via Rafflecopter. So click the link in the description to enter by doing little tasks like subscribing to my channel, following me on Instagram, stuff like that. I'll announce the winner in 1 week's time, so that's 4th of September, and we'll have one winner for the 60 set and the runner-up winner for the 24 set here. So good luck, everyone. If you've enjoyed this video, please do click the thumbs up button and leave me a comment below telling me what you think of the pencils. Any questions, as always, just ask and I'll do my best to answer. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.